Inside his home in Aberdeen was a crime scene that would shock the country. And when violence happens in a small town, the shock travels differently. It doesn't remain quiet in one house. It moves through workplaces, through families, through schools, through every conversation that begins with the words, "Have you heard?" After leaving school at just 15 years old, Katherine found work at the abattoir. She said it was her dream job, surrounded by carcasses, meat hooks and knives. During one incident, David arrived home late from a dance competition while Katherine was pregnant. An argument followed, and Katherine attacked him with a frying pan. David fled the house and collapsed at a neighbour's home. He had suffered a severe fracture to his skull. After her release from St Elmo's Hospital, Katherine took her 2-month-old daughter Melissa to a railway line. A train was due to pass, and the infant was placed on the tracks. Nearby, a man known as Old Ted was foraging around the railway line, and he found the baby. He pulled her to safety before the train arrived. Katherine had taken a young boy hostage. She was threatening him with a knife. Police moved in, and they managed to disarm Katherine and take her into custody. In May 1987, Katherine killed Saunders' 2-month-old dingo pup in front of him. His name was John Price. And that relationship would become the final chapter in Katherine Knight's history of relationships. A relationship that would begin with an affair and end in murder. After their argument over marriage, she video recorded him taking expired medical supplies from his workplace's rubbish area and then sent that footage to his employer. After 17 years in his job, John was fired. That same day, he told Katherine to leave his house. John told them that if he didn't turn up for work the following morning, that they should assume that Katherine had killed him. There is a tendency when we know the ending to imagine that the danger announces itself. Usually it doesn't. Usually it arrives inside an ordinary evening. And that is exactly what happened here. John is stabbed at least 37 times. He is covered in blood. There is blood on the floor, blood on the walls. A trail of blood marks his desperate path from the bedroom. She removes John's skin. The work was carried out with skill. But inside this kitchen, something unimaginable is happening. The pot continues heating, and Katherine keeps working. The pieces taken from John's body are placed in the oven with vegetables, and eventually, plates are prepared. 2 meals. One for John's son, one for John's daughter. The plates are arranged, and beside them, there are notes written by Katherine. But before the night is over, she makes one more move. She withdraws $1,000 from John Price's bank account. And she leaves something else behind. A handwritten, blood-stained note. It contained accusations against John, along with messages directed at his children. But the accusations would later be found to be groundless. But for the officers arriving that morning, this was supposed to be an investigation into a death. But almost immediately, they were confronted with something far darker. The blood told them where he had been. The stains, the smears, the marks left across the house. Each one becomes another piece of the timeline. The evidence could help explain what had happened, but it couldn't answer the question at the heart of the case. Why? Why had Katherine killed John Price? A difficult past can help explain a person's behaviour, but it does not on its own excuse a crime. The offender becomes the headline, and the victim becomes the detail beneath it. Tonight, if you drive through Aberdeen, you will still find a small country town in the Upper Hunter. People still work. Children still go to school. Cars still pull into driveways. And most houses contain nothing more dramatic than the ordinary business of family life. If you are experiencing domestic violence, what is happening to you is not your fault. You don't have to wait until things become worse before asking for help. You don't have to explain away the behaviour. And you don't have to face it alone. Talk to somebody that you trust. Reach out to a professional service. If you're in immediate danger, contact emergency services. You deserve to be safe, and you deserve to be believed.